Welcome back to my channel. So on today's tutorial I'll be showing you how I made this A-line skirt. Well, for this skirt I will just start by drafting a pattern. So I will just make a straight line here, which will be my starting point, and then from the line I will go down to the hip point and also go down to the full length of my skirt. So after doing this, what I will do is I will just make horizontal lines. And then I will come here on the waistline. I will take my waist circumference divided by 4 and then add extra 1 inch for the darts. And then I will come here on the hip. I will take the hip circumference divided by 4 and then I will join the points together. So for this skirt, if you don't want any darts, you can just skip the darts point. So here I will just go down here to the full length of my skirt line, and then from here I will just go out by 2 inches, and then I will just join the line on the hip to the bottom part of my skirt. And now what I will do is I will just mark my nipple to nipple measurements divided by 2, which is 4, and then on the point I will go down by 3 inches, and then I'll just make a straight line, and then I'll just mark half an inch on the sides. And that's it. So here on the waistline I will just go down by half an inch, and then I will take my curve ruler, or you can just make a curve here. So I will join the half an inch point I created there with the line I have on the waistline. So there where I made some marks, that's where I'm just gonna cut out, but then I will cut out after cutting the back part of my skirt. So now I'll be cutting out the back first, and then for the back I will start by marking 1 inch on this point here. So my fabric here is on fold, so I'll just make a straight line like this, and then on this straight line that I made there, what I will do is I will take my pattern paper and I will place it right there where the line starts, like this. And then after that I will just cut out. So while cutting out I will add half an inch for the sewing allowance. So there on the bottom I just added half an inch so I can have enough fabric for me to fold in when I'm hemming. And then I will cut out this part, the middle part here. So at this point what I will have is just gonna have 2 pieces for the back and then 1 piece for the front. And that's it. I have 2 pieces for the back, and then now what I will do is I'll just be cutting out the front. But then before cutting out the front, you see the marks I made here. So I'm just gonna be cutting out this curve line here, and then after cutting out this part, what I will do is I will take my pattern paper and then I will put the pattern paper right here on the line I have. So I'm cutting my fabric on fold. And here on the front part again, I will just add half an inch for the sewing allowance. And now what I will do is I will take the back part, and on the back piece I'm just gonna fold in the 1 inch for the zipper allowance, and then I will iron the part. and this is what I have. So what I will do now is I'm just going to be transferring the dots I have here on the pattern to the back part of the skirt, and I also do the same on the front part of the skirt. And what I will do after transferring the dots, I'm just gonna be sewing in the dots, and then I will show you once I'm done. And well, this is what I have after sewing the dots. So the next thing for me to do, or if you want, you can also overlay the rough edges on the sides of the skirt for a clean finish. Now I will take the back and the front and place it right side facing so that I can join the sides of my skirt together. So I'm just going to be pinning the sides here, and then after pinning the sides, I will just make a stitch on the sides. And now this is it. I've joined the sides together. So the next thing to do for me is to just prepare where I'm going to insert the zipper. So I'm just gonna take the two back parts and then align them together. And then while aligning them together here, I'm just gonna make sure that the crease line it's aligned to each other, and then I will make a stitch right there where there's a crease line. So I'm just gonna be joining these two together. And this is what I have after ironing, and I also ironed this part again so I can just flatten it straight. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna be taking my zipper, and this is the way that I usually do when I insert zippers. So I'm gonna take my zipper here. So the teeth on the zipper, I'm just gonna be aligning them with the line I have in the middle part where I join the two back parts together, and then I'm just gonna be pinning this up right to where the zipper ends. And this is where I'm going to make my stitch so I can attach the zipper. And that's it. So if you check here, I have 1 2 3 lines. So I'm just gonna be seam ripping this middle line I have here, and then when I seam rip, it means that I'll be exposing the zipper. And that's it for the zipper attaching. I'll just go straight to the waistband. So for the waistband, I measured 30 inches for my waist measurements, and then I also added an extra 3 inches. And then for the width here, I have only 3 inches wide. And then what I will do is I'm just gonna fold in this into half. I'll just fold in this like this using the 1/2 inch seam allowance, and then I'll also do the same on this other side like this. And then after doing this, I'll just again fold the middle part like so. And this is what I have. So I've also ironed, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this part here, open them like this, and then turn them over right side facing, and then make a stitch, and then I'm gonna do the same on this other part. And that will be it for the waistband. This is what I have now. So what I will do now is I'll just open up the waistband here, and then after doing that, I will just take my skirt. So here on the waistline, I will just be inserting the waistline inside the waistband. And after that, I'm just gonna be sewing in the waistband. And after sewing in the waistband, this is what I have. So the next thing for me to do is to just hem the bottom part of my skirt. And that will be it for today's tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe and share.